Number 1. Take it slow. You may have been overwhelmed with a lot of things going on in your life and so, at a loss on what to do. At this point, things might not be going the way you have planned them out. And when your relationship gets to the point where you keep doubting if you want to stay or if you want to let go of the person you love so much, there is a need for concern. You need to take a deep breath and calm down, trying to give the relationship, your lover, and yourself room to breathe. Whether you and your lover have been together for a while or the relationship is still new, never jump into making your decision in haste. Ensure you take your time to assess what triggered those feelings or thoughts. Ask yourself if these feelings are temporary and if there are feasible solutions, or if these feelings are permanent ones and they cannot be fixed in any way. But in all you do in assessing the situation, make sure you do not carry out this process in haste. Take things slowly, assess and reassess. Because if you make hasty decisions, you might end up feeling worse. So, in deciding what to do, ensure you do take your time. Number 2. Communication. In every relationship, communication is key. Likewise, before making any decisions that would affect you and the person you love, make sure the role of communication has been effectively and efficiently utilized. When you feel confused to stay or let go of the person you love, make sure to find a good time to communicate. Let your lover know how you feel, and if your lover is willing to talk it out with you, this is a step towards a pleasant direction for you both. If you do not initiate conversation, you might not know if what's bothering you has been up to your lover's mind as well. So, never rule out communication with your lover before thinking of making decisions. Instead of trying to avoid heart-to-heart conversations with your lover, make it a point of duty. No relationship is easy, but be sure that communication will help ease that burden. And in what direction the conversation ended up eventually, you didn't know. You tried your best. You had both interests at heart. Whatsoever you result to later, be sure it would be from a place of clarity and of great understanding of the situation at hand. Number 3. Decide if it is worth staying with the person. Oftentimes when you love, you tend to love genuinely. You love beyond your lover's flaws and imperfections. You love blindly, but in some cases love isn't enough. No one wants to ever start a relationship or fall in love and then fall out of love in the next minute. Everyone wants to be loved and loved genuinely. So, in situations where love goes sour or the person you love doesn't return that energy, you have to protect your space at all costs. Remember, you have every right to be loved, and you do not deserve a one-sided relationship. Things might get worse each day, and you might have had lots of talks with your lover, but it all seems futile. Since you're genuinely in love with the person, it may be difficult for you to let go. So, if you are contemplating whether to let go or stay with that person you love, ensure that you value that relationship. Ask yourself if the relationship is worth staying in. Ask yourself if staying in the relationship would not let you lose your importance or value. Ask yourself if still staying in the relationship makes any difference. Also, ask yourself if letting your lover go would be the best decision. For sure, these are no easy questions to ever answer. Neither are they to be taken with levity. You need to be sincere with yourself at every cost. Ask if despite your imperfections, this person is the right one for you, while not ignoring the fact that no human being on earth is perfect. Everyone is flawed since we are all uniquely wired. But ask yourself if you are good for him, or if he is good for you. Certainly, every relationship is different, but if your lover is cunning, cheating, or tricky, it is time for you to decide if it is worth still staying. It definitely will be a hard decision to take, but make sure when answering these questions you are genuine, thoughtful, and rooting for your happiness, because above all, of your happiness and sanity. You can never make people do right by you, but you can decide how often people do you wrong. So, never rule out the role of effective communication in your relationship, as it is the key to making great decisions. Mind you, relationships can be so hard to manage. Number 4. Prioritize self-care. You know that it is possible for everyone in your life to grow, including your lover, but not everyone will grow with you. People you love so dearly might eventually grow out of love for you. You should accept this fast and process it gradually when the situation arises. Though realizing that the love of your life might be growing out of love for you is deeply saddening, even heartbreaking most times, the truth remains that it is a reality of growth. So in a situation you realize this, you prioritizing your self-care implies you letting go of individuals not meant to grow with you. When you adopt this principle, it will be heartbreaking, even heart-wrenching to let go of the person you love, but you need to. Know that not everyone you love would keep growing in love with you. Some stop, while others might still keep up the journey with you. Never force anyone nor beg anyone to love you or value you because it might lead to frustration and may be mentally draining. No one deserves to be unloved. You deserve to be loved wholeheartedly. Most often when you get into a relationship, you believe that it is supposed to last a lifetime, and you are just so attached to releasing that person when you realize, or it is clear that it is no longer working in your favor. Such a relationship is working against you. When this happens, never stay in such a relationship where you keep shrinking more and more by the day. If you keep trying to fit perfectly into a box you have outgrown for the sake of your lover, and yet you still find yourself being stagnant in the same situation, practicing self-care will help you know the right thing to do at the right time. While this may be a complex thing to embark on, be sure it is a process needed to protect your space, your sanity. So whenever you are confused or at the crossroad of either choosing to stay with the person you love or letting go, be sure to practice self-care. It may be challenging, but does not necessarily need to be dramatic. Be certain that when adopting self-care, you trust your guts. Yes, you need to trust your guts. Do not silence your instincts, nor should you doubt your guts. In other words, what to do in a situation where you're confused about letting go or staying with the person you love is to trust your instincts. Your instincts tell you when something is not right, so trusting yourself would help you make better decisions. The most important key is trusting yourself. Be sure that whatever you decide makes you be at peace. If it is letting go, make sure you are at peace when you decide to let go of such a relationship. And there might be circumstances where confrontations are unavoidable. Still, make sure you try your best to keep the peace, as it helps you clear your mind and spirit and prepare you for the next phase of your life. Nevertheless, make sure you do more of acceptance and less of resistance to things that are not meant to be. Number 5. Seek help from professionals. Romantic relationships are tougher to let go of even when you know such a relationship is not adding value to your life or anyone. So when you are confused to stay or let go of the person you love, and you have tried all means, but it seems you just cannot resolve to any reasonable conclusion, you need professional help. Try to seek out help from a licensed therapist on whose specialty is in relationship therapy or seasoned counselors. They will help you make the right choices. They are experienced people who will guide you on all you need to do, how you need to do them, and take you through step-by-step procedures on discovering how realistic the situation would be by either staying with the person you love or letting the person you love go. All you need to do is to trust and be open to them. Make sure you are being honest and transparent. This will help you get through with the decision to make. And no matter the situation you find yourself in, never assume it is under your control. There are lots of people out there, specially trained and willing to help you through whatever you might be going through. Sure, God places these kinds of people in our lives for times like this, and you can be sure that your secrets are safe with them. Be sure you are in great hands, and that they are genuinely willing to help you and go through the process with you.